Well, good evening, my friends. Still spring here in northwest Missouri. Beautiful day, kind of gray and thinking about raining all day. I did a little of it. Thought just for my own entertainment, and I hope maybe yours too, this evening I would do an overlap between my spoken word music performances and my music theory for beginners lesson. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have not a real strongly factual, but a kind of a philosophical conversation about fourths. There being a first, a fourth, a first and a fifth, but this is also a fifth and a first, as is this. So they're all over the place on this particular tuning, which is 1-5-1-3-5-1 in D. So I just finished doing an on-paper lesson about intervals in terms of scale degree, 1, 4, 5, things like that. And I just thought it would be interesting to do one this way also. So I hope you enjoy it. Here goes. Music is mathematics for the ears. You hear me say that sometimes if you listen to me. That drum machine over there is going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to obey it while thinking things to say, which sometimes I do better than other times. So there's one kind of math, the counting steps. But you know how long this string is, it vibrates at a certain pace. Make it functionally shorter with this piece of glass here. It vibrates at a different pace. And that's what your ears are hearing, is those different paces. If you drew the scales, the waveforms out on paper, if the waveforms jangled and didn't sometimes come together and sometimes go apart like two porpoises swim in the ocean, if the waveforms don't do that, they make your ears unhappy. So all this business of what we do here, the reasons that we choose these various chord positions and chord progressions isn't because somebody told us to, because they make people's ears happy. Between any note and another note is the difference. those are called intervals. That difference is an interval. Has to be some kind of a name for that space there from one note to another, and the name's an interval. That's a unison, those two are both Ds. Here's a fourth. And a fifth. There, those bottom two strings, that's a 1 and a 5. So that's a fifth. And there's another one. But in this case, the 1 is on top and what was formerly the 5 is on the bottom, so now counting down it becomes a descending fourth. But don't worry about it. That right there is a 3 note, because this guitar is tuned 1 5 1 3 5 1. So there's a 3 note and there's a 1 note. So there is the interval, harmonic interval, known as a third. And that's a pretty easy one to take. Every chord you play is a 1, a 3, and a 5. Right there, there's your basic major chord. So yeah, the 1 and the 3 sounds good together. The 1 and the 5 sounds good together. Of course, the 1 and the 1 always sound good together. there's no interval there, that's a unison. Or it might be called an eighth. It's an octave. That's called a minor third. Because it's still named after the third note. If you start off on D there, and that's an E, and that's an F sharp, and that would be your major third. You just drop that by half a step.